You all know me. Know how I earn a living. I'll catch this bird for you, but it ain't gonna be easy. It's bad fish. Not like going down the pond chasing bluegills or tommycods. This shark, swallow you whole. Shaking, tenderizing, down you go. And we gotta do it quick. That'll bring back the tourists. That'll put all your businesses on a paying basis. But it's not gonna be pleasant. I value my neck a lot more than $3,000, Chief. I'll find him for 3, but I'll catch him and kill him for 10. And you gotta make up your minds. You wanna stay alive and ante up? You wanna play it cheap? Be on welfare the whole winter. I don't want no volunteers. I don't want no mates. There's too many captains on this island. $10,000 for me by myself. For that you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
It's time to go fishing with your buddy Jerry. Welcome to Jerry's Bait and Tackle Outdoor Show. Heard exclusively on the voice of Muscatine, AM 860 KWPC. Now you can call Jerry with any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, or just to find out where the fish are biting. The phone number is 563-263-8600. Jer, let's start the show.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, Muscatine. Or should I do it the other way? Good morning, Muscatine. Do all you DJs get into that?
I don't do that.
You don't do that?
I'm still half asleep.
Yeah. Well, you were saying that I was talking to you earlier in the week. You were doing a sleep study or something like that in Iowa City?
Yep, did that.
Yeah.
It wasn't much of a sleep study. They kept waking me up every 2.5 hours.
Maybe it should be the no sleep study.
More aptly named, yes.
So, do you do that often or just for, giggles? Went up there and, I'm going to participate in that.
Well, I'm having some problems with getting up sometimes in the morning, basically short of breath, and found out that I'm on the borderline of sleep apnea, so I got to go in another month to get fitted for one of those masks.
Oh, yeah?
With another study that they're going to wake me up every 2 hours.
Yeah. This is Dave. I'm sleeping. I am your father. Hey, you know what? It's sleep apnea is no joke. We make a little bit of fun of it, but the biggest problem I have is when I was a young guy, I could go to bed at 8 o'clock at night or whatever, and get up at 6 in the morning, sleep all the way through.
Yep.
Now, for some reason, I got to get up 2 or 3 times in the middle of the night. And, when you're younger, you could do that. You just go do your business and back to bed.
Yep.
Now I notice when I stand there that the tile is cold on the bathroom floor. And
yep.
Maybe I should paint that corner over there. Oh, here we go. So, Anyway, let's get on with it. You're listening to Jerry's Bait and Tackle Outdoor Show on KWPC, the voice of Muscatine. The weather's turning around, folks. Chloroville is loosened up. All your rivers are loosened up. They're flowing good. Cedar's flowing good. The res up there, it's flowing good. Lakes, not so much. I stopped by Discovery Park on the way in here, and it's still got pretty good ice. I'm going to imagine that Chicken Creek does. I was out by Lake McBride the other day. It still has ice on it. So hopefully this week we'll get the little warm air coming on, melting a little bit of the water. And this is going to be the time that you're wanting to get out there if you want to target them bigger fish. Because what we typically have over the wintertime, like especially up at the reservoir or on the Cedar or the Mississippi, is what we call fish kill. These are usually the shad that didn't make it through the wintertime. They'll be littering the banks. And these big cats are going to come up, and they're going to take advantage of that. The dead shed laying around. They're going to take advantage of that, and that's where you're going to get some big cats. Other thing, we typically call it ice out. We say ice out or ice is off. When the ice is off of these lakes and ponds, that's another good time for some more fish. Crappie. Crappie are going to be real shallow as soon as that ice is off, and you got about a 2 to 3 week period there. to get them, because they're going to be real shallow. They're going to be in pre-spawn mode. Out on your river systems, walleyes might be hit or miss depending on how the water is raised in the lower end of that, but that colder water is going to be better. Better chances of snagging preseason fish early on. The other thing we are going to be getting into here a little later on in the show is we're going to be talking about line. It's going to be all fishing line. You probably got into your tackle box or started looking over your rods and reels, what you got going on, and maybe it's time to change that line out. Maybe, what should I use? So we'll get on to that a little bit later on. I think Randy Brewer was supposed to be calling, but I guess we don't have him up right front. So I talked to him last night, and unless he calls in the next 2 minutes, I'll just go ahead and deliver his part of the fishing report.
Yep.
Okay. What's going on as far as Randy says is they did open the tubes up down there. They're open. He said the Mississippi itself, they opened up about 5 of the rollers out of the 6, so it's really pushing through there. So right now, until we get about a weekend or so, we get a little bit better temperatures going on here, we're not going to have a whole heck of a lot of fishing reports going on. But as soon as we get them, we're going to deliver them to you. Another thing I wanted to talk about is next week we're going to have Kurt Weiss here on the show. He's from the Muscatine County Conservation Board, and we're going to be talking about everything that's going on down there at Deep Lakes Park. I don't know why when it comes to that specific body of water, I have to slow down and think it out, because I always want to say Deep Park Lakes, but it's Deep Lakes Park. I know we got the boat ramps down there, talking about possible structure that they're going to be dropping in there. I think they also are going to try to do a topological survey of the pits. That's basically kind of like a map that's going to map out the highs and lows of the pits there. So that should be a very, very interesting conversation. If you've got anything that you would like to ask Kurt, or you can ask myself, feel free to call in. You can call in anytime at 563-263-8600, or you can check us out and jerrysbaitandtackle.webs.com, or we have a new Facebook page. Come on Facebook, like us, see all the silly crap I put on there, and well, that's how I write the show. I look for silly crap, then try to steal it, and then put it on here.
That's crappies, by the way.
Crappie is the fish. Crappie is the fish.
Crappie is a fish.
Crappie is the fish. Crappie is this show. So, other than that, the man on the mic there is my producer, engineer, Dave Stiles.
Hello.
You had a pretty good week, Dave?
Yep, so far.
Other than sleep study?
I'm looking forward to your guest there about the pits when they go through and map that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, through the years, you hear all kinds of weird stuff that goes on down there, and one of them, they got a couple of buses they use for a diving course. I wonder if they're going to pull that out or leave it in there.
No, it depends, because when you say the pits, there's a lot of pits down there.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was a kid, my mother, how many people have drowned in that pit, blah, 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 blah,
yep.
Mostly I remember about it was the keggers and the parties down there.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I didn't participate in it.
I don't think there's anybody in Muscatine that hasn't been down to a pits party.
It was barley pop.
It was barley pop.
Yep.
All right, we'll go with that. No, and I've heard rumors about there's catfish as big as, men that'll take you under, and that's kind of why we played the spiel at the beginning of it. I've yet to see a catfish pulled out of there. Now, I remember talking to Kurt last year. He said that they are looking, and I'll reconfirm that next week, that they are looking to stock catfish in the pits down there. So that's going to be great. And we'll get on to how to fish the pits, because it can be a little bit different fishing down there because of the water clarity and all that. I believe they have the swimming beaches in. I don't know, maybe later this afternoon if you want to take a run down there and take a dip.
Be my guest.
Be your guest.
I will race you to the bottom, though. I'm good at doing that.
All right, you're listening to Jerry's Bait and Tackle Outdoor Show. We're going to take a little short break, and we'll be right back.
You save big money, you save big money when you shop Menards.
At Menards, you get the lowest prices every day, plus sales, too, on all of your home improvement needs. Stop in for great deals now during our bedroom furniture and mattress sale. All Serta mattresses are on sale, plus receive a free box spring with qualifying purchase. With so many great deals now at Menards, there's never been a better time to step up to the comfort of a Serta mattress. Choose from a wide selection of models on sale, including the queen-sized Blue Dusk Eurotop mattress, now just $439. Or step up to the queen-sized Blue Opal 2 memory foam mattress, only $529. Check out the great deals on Serta mattresses, all on sale. Plus, receive a free box spring with qualifying purchase. And while you're shopping, register for your chance to win a racing trip to the Quaker State 400.
Save big money at Menards.
Farming has changed a lot over the years. New seed technology and genetics have improved crop yields.
Soybean acreage is 3 times what it used to be.
Combines now have GPS as standard equipment.
Smartphones give us up-to-the-minute market prices.
Help control inventory.
And let us know when it's supper time.
The dreams and aspirations of farmers have changed too, but they still count on the same partner to protect them, American Family Insurance. For more than 85 years, farmers and ranchers have trusted us to protect their farms and their dreams. Find an agent and get a competitive quote at amfam.com/farm or call 1-800-MyAmFam.
And I will do it for you.
Your dream is out there. Go get it. We'll protect it. Products underwritten by American Family Insurance, Mutual, Standard of Ohio, and Wisconsin Companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Are you living with diabetes? Do you have to manually log your test results? Do you understand all the Medicare guidelines? The diabetes team at Western Drug can help you manage your diabetes comfortably and conveniently. Let us monitor your results, work with your physician for the required paperwork, and help you live well with diabetes. We can even help guide you through our line of pharmaceutical-grade natural products for diabetes management. Western Drug also carries a convenient diabetic care kit. Here's pharmacy owner Michelle Garvin.
We can help with proper storage of insulin, as well as ways that they can store their pin. A lot of people use pins now to inject instead of vials. They can store their pre-filled syringes, needles. It's a nice handy little pack instead of having it kind of falling in the bottom of a bag or worrying, okay, I've got to take my insulin with me. What am I going to use? Do I pack it on ice? What do I do?
Western Drug in Muscatine or Wilton. Call us today if you're facing any diabetic concerns or frustrations. 563-263-7044.
You get line, I'll get a pole, honey. You get line, I'll get a pole, babe. You get line, I'll get a pole. We'll go down to the crawdad hole, honey, baby mine.
I walk the line.
I had to throw this one in here.
Well,
I had to throw this one in here.
You had to throw that in there?
Yep.
That was like my family reunion.
Yeah.
Well, if you couldn't guess from our little music montage what we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about bobbers. No, we're going to be talking about line.
Lines.
It's time to talk about fishing line. It's one of those subjects I think a lot of fishermen take for granted is the line. And your line is your only, hate to use this pun, lifeline between you and that large fish. So it's springtime, you're pulling your gear out, you're looking it over. I know a lot of manufacturers say you should change it out every year, but you can get by with about 2 years before you change out your line. If you come into my shop and look at the line selection I got, it can be a little bit confusing. I mean, there's monofilament, copolymer, braided, fluorocarbon. Some is tough, limp, clear, blue, green, yellow, 1 pound test, 75 pound test, and everything in between. Plus, there are so many brand names and models out there that actually make your head spin. I think one of the reasons the fishing industry struggles with getting new people into the sport is that the tackle companies just have too many choices out there. And it intimidates newcomers to the sport. Heck, it intimidates me, and I've been fishing for a while. So today I want to talk to those anglers out there, novice and well-seasoned anglers alike, who are confused or undecided about the best line for their type of fishing. Chances are, if you're like me, you're a person that has between 1 and 35 fishing rods. Last count I had was about 27. Probably most of them are going to be spinning, the open face spin reels, or they're going to be the spin cast models. You might have a few bait casters in there. And the fish you predominantly fish for are going to be weighing less than 10 pounds. I mean, we all would like to get that 30-pound cap, but mostly around here, I mean, it's going to be named bass, crappies, sunfish, walleyes, catfish, bullheads, etc. Does that sound like you? For the purpose of simplicity, let's take an average and say you have 3 rod setups. Ideally, they're going to be in the following actions: a light, a medium, or a heavy. The line you use on each rod will vary based on the rod's action and the type of fish you're looking to catch. Let's start with the light action rod. You'll use that mostly for your panfish, for your bluegills, for your crappie, where, you know, a 1-pound fish is a large fish. So with that setup, you don't need to put 12-pound test line on there. As a rule of thumb, I like to use the lightest line possible to get the job done without it breaking. The reason for that is this: the lighter the line, the smaller its diameter. The smaller the diameter, the more natural the bait presentation is going to look, which is a trick to getting more bites and catching more fish. On that light rod, you want to use about a 4-pound, maybe a 6-pound monofilament. You know, and they've got ultralights out there, but I really wouldn't go any farther than that. The monofilament is going to work out real good in these real light setup situations. 4-pound test combines great diameter with plenty of strength for fighting panfish. Why should you use monofilament on your light rod? Well, there are three main reasons. First, it's very supple for long, easy casts and few tangles. Second, mono has good stretch characteristics. The stretch acts like a shock absorber, so your line doesn't break during a fight. After stretching, mono recovers well. That means it returns back to its pre-stretch condition. It's like pulling back and forth on a rubber band, if you can imagine that. Finally, monofilament has good buoyancy, or to put another way, it floats, so it's great when you're fishing bobbers. So let's get on to your medium rod. Now, your medium rod is just that, medium. It's in the middle, meaning you can catch sunfish or switch baits and use the same rod to catch 5-pound bass or catfish. The line I recommend for medium-sized setups is going to be monofilament again, just for the simple reasons that I discussed earlier. But on this outfit, you're probably going to be looking about an 8-pound test line. I think that's about my favorite. I switch back and forth between the 6 and an 8. Does that mean if a fish heavier than 8 pounds, he's going to break the line? No, not at all. People catch 30-plus pounders on 8-pound line all the time. It's all in the way that you play your fish or how you have your drag set. Also, keep in mind, if the package of line is marked 8-pound test, its breaking point is actually higher than that. The line manufacturers are very conservative about the marked test poundage on the package. 8-pound test line might actually break it at 9 to 10 pounds. Okay, now we come to Big Daddy, the big heavy stick. This setup is a tougher decision on what line to use. You can certainly stay with a monofilament in the 15 to 20-pound range. It's ideal for fishing heavy cover, tackling big flatheads over 20 pounds, or you can spool up with I like to use is the braided spider wire. It never hurts to have as much versatility as possible in one piece of equipment. So with that in mind, I would recommend spooling up with the braided. With braided line, you'll get a higher pound test rating from smaller diameters. For example, the 20-pound braided line I recommend might have the diameter of a 6-pound monofilament. So when you got your monofilament, the bigger you get in your test, you start off Usually it starts off with even numbers, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and then it jumps to 15, 20, 25, 30, so on and so forth. The bigger monofilament line that you put on there, the bigger the diameter is. When you get up to around like 60-pound test on a monofilament line, that's like what you use for your weed whacker. It's just ridiculous. You don't need that. You're not going to be able to spool enough line on there with the monofilament. But with the braided line, you are. And I like braided line because it's excellent for casting spinner baits, jigging, and trolling crankbaits. I mean, once you've trolled with braided, you'll never troll with mono again. That's because braided line has virtually zero stretch. I mean, it's like a steel cable that goes out there. If you're drop shotting or fishing on the bottom, you're going to feel every little bit of nibble that you're going to get. You're going to feel it. You can feel it bouncing around on the rocks. If you haven't tried it, try some. I totally recommend it. Another thing that's going to make your fishing a little bit better, and I see this a lot of times. Guys will come into my shop and they'll have a rod rated for 16 or for 15-pound test. The reel's rated for 6-pound test, and they want me to spool it up with a 45-pound test. The whole rig's out of balance. That's like taking Dave's car. Let's say he has a 1975 Volkswagen, and he puts
I had a 66.
66,
yep.
And you put 18-inch truck tires on it, and then you wonder why it doesn't handle right. Your rods and reels are the same way. If you balance them out, they will cast better. You'll detect more bites, and you're going to catch more fish. So line is very, very important. Another thing, too, is if you buy line, and I'll spool it for you if you buy it in my shop, but when you buy line and it's 330 yards in there, for the love of God, do not spool all of it onto the spool. You don't have to do that. So many times these guys will spool the whole thing up. You'll want to leave about an 8. If you got a spinning rod, you want to leave about an 1/8 inch of the bottom of that spinning rod showing. That's more than enough line. And that pretty much takes care of that. Like I said, we'll get into fluorocarbons, and we will get into the copolymers. We'll get on to that in another show because that's a more bigger beast. No, we got a call?
We got a call.
All right. We'll see if the app's working. This is our first international caller, you're saying?
Yes.
Cool beans. The app works. Who do we got on the phone?
Hello, America. Have I reached you?
Yeah, we're here. Who is this?
This is Sean.
Sean? And where?
Sean.
And they said they flagged me you're an international caller. Where are you calling from, Sean?
I'm calling you from Scotland. I'm all fishing on Loch Ness.
You're fishing on Loch Ness? What are you fishing for on Loch Ness there, Sean?
There's salmon, there's trout, and then we fish for the ever-elusive cloverfin leprechaun fish.
Cloverfin leprechaun fish.
Right. Big game here.
Big game there, huh? You sound kind of familiar to me. Are you a celebrity of some sorts?
Well, I don't know if you call me a celebrity. I've done a few things.
You sound an awful lot like Mr. Sean Connery.
Oh, cat's out of the bag, you bloke. How are you, Jerry? I love the show.
Well, that's awesome. I guess you have a question for me, but I'll have a question for you. Are you still alive?
Of course I'm alive, you nitwit. We're talking on the telephone.
Well, I'm just saying the last time I saw you anything was The Rock, and back then I had hair, so that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Well, what can I help you out with today, Mr. Connery?
I'm sorry?
I said, what can I help you out with today, Mr. Connery?
Well, I'm trying to find, we're fishing, as you know, for the leprechaun fish, and I don't know what line to use. Monofilament or braided?
Well, how big a fish how big do the leprechaun, cloverleaf leprechaun? You got it?
No, I just found a bottle of scotch I lost last night.
Well, it's going to depend on the size of fish that are usually average that you're fishing for. What are you using for bait?
Oh, well, for the leprechaun fish, what else? Lucky Charms.
Oh my gosh!
Do you use the marshmallows or you just use the syrup?
Is it the stars or the moons or the green clovers? Which all
They're
of them?
magically delicious. Just like me.
So Loch Ness is a pretty big lake, isn't it?
Yeah, it's rather large. You know, they need a lot of room for Nessie to swim around.
The Loch Ness Monster.
Well, of course. Who else?
Have you ever seen the Loch Ness Monster?
Oh, Jerry, don't be ridiculous. Of course I've seen the Loch Ness Monster. Ridden her a few times.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Sean. I'm glad you're listening to us on the app.
Well, yes, I wouldn't miss a show. My good friend Bill told me all about it.
Oh, good gosh. Well, I'm becoming quite the celebrity these days.
I hear you. Hey, Jerry, ask me what my favorite fish is.
Oh, my gosh.
Do you really want to do this?
Mr. Connery.
Yes.
What is your favorite fish?
It's a blowfish, you
All right, with that, I think we're going to
Alex Trebek is an idiot.
I think we're going to slide into a commercial. We'll be right back. Oh, what a train wreck.
Most of us will put off buying tires until those tires are bald and slipping all over the road. Curry's Auto Inc. can help with a big selection of tires that will stop you from slipping and sliding. Choose from Bridgestone, Firestone, Goodyear, or all other major brands. They also offer 6 months same as cash with approved credit to make it easier on you. Stop slipping. Start calling. Curry's Auto Inc. 563-264-8527. 3015 Mittman Road, Muscatine.
Hi, Krista here with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Muscatine County. I want to invite you to join our 2014 Bowl for Kids' Sake fundraising campaign. Your efforts will help us match children with adult volunteers, creating relationships that change lives for the better forever. Thanks to our platinum sponsors, H&I and Deloitte, all you need to do is form a team, collect pledges, and then celebrate with an afternoon of bowling, prizes, and fun on March 29th or 30th. Get the ball rolling today. Sign up or donate at muscatinebfks.org or stop by the Y to pick up a team packet. See you on the lanes.
How can a website stop a killer? When you go to unitypoint.org/healthaware and take the Heart Aware assessment, you make yourself more knowledgeable and heart smart. Heart disease is responsible for 30% of all deaths in Muscatine and will kill more than 500,000 nationally this year. To help stop this killer, go to unitypoint.org/healthaware. If you learn you are at risk, you can count on the experts at Trinity to improve your health.
When I get home, I'm going to have to do a little research on this blowfish and find out why they're so popular.
Yeah. When I hear blowfish, I think of Mrs. Puff from that cartoon.
Yep. I think of Hootie. So
Hootie and a blowfish, yeah.
Anyway, we want to round out the last little bit of this show here, kind of do a little cross-promotion here. I'm a part of... out here at the radio station, they got a website called Big Deals, and I'm going to tell you what, it's a pretty valuable service. I'm on it. I know a lot of merchants that I do business with as a patron, not as a fellow business owner, but I do business with them, and this is really a good deal that they got going on. If you go to the website, and I think it's Big deal. You can link it from the KWPC or the FM. There's a little link right there. Mm-hmm. You're going to see local area merchants, and they offer some really good deals on there as far as products and services, overall gift certificates for their shop. I think. I know mine, I believe that we have $10 gift certificates, and you can purchase them for $5. So what that means is you're getting, twice as much. And where can you do that these days?
It's almost like buy one, get one free with one piece of
almost,
paper.
kind of. But you know what? Do my pals a favor out here and go check that out. And it's not only good for the patrons, but it's also good for the business owners, because you can get out there and you're going to get your name out there. Mm-hmm. And this day and age of the internet, thank God it's on computer now. But this day and age of the internet, it really gets the word out. And like I said, the other things the internet, go check out jerrysbaittackle.webs.com, or you can look us up on Facebook. I got a Facebook page. Come on board, like us. Don't like us, leave me a comment, whatever you want to do. That's fine. As long as you get there, that's the message.
Yep.
It looks like Sunday, according to the KWC PC wacky weather dartboard there, might be a little bit of snow in the forecast. Who knows?
Looks like it's coming Saturday.
Saturday?
I didn't say that, though.
Yeah. We're to the end of it, folks. Spring is here. It's about 20 miles down the road. It's working. It's up here. And conditions will improve, and the show will get better. Hopefully.
I don't know. We're kind of off to a rocky start.
Yeah. You should have been here last year.
Oh, last year? I don't know.
So anyway, for Jerry Provides and Dave Stiles, I'm going to slide out of here, and we're going to talk to y'all next week. Bye.
Jerry will be back next Friday, right here on the Voice of Muscatine, to talk about fishing, life, and even a few jokes. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here next Friday. Jerry's Bait and Tackle Outdoor Show on the Voice of Muscatine. I think I got a big one on the line, Jer. Gonna need a bigger boat.
But I love to fish.